I'm Russell. I'm deaf. I identify as hearing impaired. My pronouns are, huh? What the fuck did you say? Come again. So, when I was younger, first thing in the morning, my mom would beat me severely with a coat hanger. And luckily for me, after I was born, she switched to a belt. That's a good joke. So I'm binge watching this really fascinating series on Netflix. It's called Love on the Spectrum. Are y'all familiar with it? If you're not, it follows the trials and tribulations of young people who have suffered adverse side effects to immunizations. I got it. So I got some bad news this morning. My sister called me and told me that my nephew is going to be placed in special ed here pretty soon. And I feel awful because I've been doing his homework for him all year. Poor guy. They're going to tear him up. I am an amputee. I lost my leg when I was a youngin'. I didn't see it coming. I lost it doing something very innocent, very pure, very fun. All of you have done it, I guarantee it. I lost my leg doing the hokey pokey. Started off and put my left leg in, and then I took my left leg out, then I put it back in, shook it all about, disappeared. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. Popped it right off. But it's it's weird being an amputee. Lost my job at Foot Locker. Can't jump on a pogo stick anymore. Finally, my little pigs never came home. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are some positives. For instance, if I lose a sock, no big deal. I get half off on pedicures, and I get handicap parking. Handicap parking, it's the shit. Be honest, raise your hand. Who here has had sex in a handicap parking spot? If you haven't, see me after the show, see if we can make that dream a reality. The last time I got fucked really well in a handicap parking spot, I was just sitting there going, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. No, I can't believe this is happening. I'm out of gas. So, my grandmother, I found out, was a whore. Yeah, but think about how I felt. So, right after my grandparents got married, they went on a fishing trip with another couple, and they went and checked in and went to bed and woke up the next morning and met in the lobby. And so my grandfather and his friend had to go get something in town, and my grandmother and her friend were in the lobby waiting. 30 minutes later, my grandfather comes back and my grandmother's gone. And she walks over to the concierge, and he was very polite. He said, pardon, ¿dónde está mi esposa, por favor? And he's like, oh, sorry, sir. Your wife was arrested. She's down in the police station. Arrested? Arrested for what? I don't know. I don't get involved. Go down there and you can get her out. So he goes down to the police station and he's talking to the sheriff, and he's like, can you tell me what in tarnations you arrested my wife for? And, well, sir, in Mexico, any unattended woman in public is considered a whore and arrested on the spot. And he's like, damn, I didn't realize that. And he's like, oh, don't worry, sir, we have a solution. You can pay a $500 fine and take her right now. It's like, $500? No, there's gotta be another way. He's like, oh yeah, there is another way. You can pay $100 and have her registered as a whore and take her right now. He's like, $100? Come on, whore, we're going fishing. So my grandmas, both of them were very unique individuals. My other one on the other side was Italian. And during our dinner conversations, nothing is off the table. We talked about anything and everything. Like one night we were talking about Hitler can't drink tequila anymore because it makes him mean. That chair fucked that joke up. And but one night we were talking, my aunt works for a urologist here in town. We were talking about how Jamie Lee Curtis was a registered hermaphrodite. And if you don't believe me, it's in the New England Medical Journal right there. Jamie Lee Curtis, both a penis and a vagina. But her parents, Hollywood royalty, Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh, decided it would be better to remove her penis and raise her as a woman. And so during that whole conversation, the only word my grandma heard, and she had dementia at the time, the only word she heard was penis. And she goes, penis? Your grandfather wasn't small, you know. And everybody, Jesus Christ, who brought mine? God, she's drunk. Russell, take her home. Everybody's flipping out about my grandpa's big ding dong. And I just looked at her, and I didn't have that reaction. I just looked at her and I said, Grandma, good for you. All this time I thought you were walking funny to make me feel better about myself. That's my time. Go. I forgot to mention, we started a new game. Anytime Morgan mentions relationship, everybody has to drink.
Okay. Yeah, they were giving me shit last night. Okay. All right. I'm going to play a real quick song because it's going to annoy Chris Heist very